Every human being is born through the mother, yet not everyone is truly received by her. Some of us carry a silent burden, an invisible inheritance, the mother wound. It is not a single event but a silent pattern, woven into our earliest experiences of love, care, and belonging. The mother wound manifests not only in our relationships with our mothers, but also in how we treat ourselves, how we love, how we fear, and how we move through the world. It is the echo of unmet needs, of tenderness withheld, of love that came with conditions. Modern psychology has a term for it, philosophy has reflected on it for centuries, and ancient wisdom traditions have quietly pointed toward it. But in everyday life, we often reduce it to vague complaints. Why do I always feel unworthy? Why do I sabotage love? Why can't I rest in my own skin? This essay is an exploration, not just of pain, but of possibility. We will look at the psychology of the mother wound, the teachings of Carl Jung and Bert Hellinger, and the wisdom of ancient traditions, to see how we might move from inherited suffering toward genuine healing. Part 1. What forgiveness really means. Forgiveness is one of the most misunderstood words in our vocabulary. People often believe that forgiving one's mother means excusing her behavior, pretending nothing happened, or forcing oneself to be grateful despite deep wounds. This is not forgiveness, it is denial. Real forgiveness is not about the external mother, it is about the internalized mother who lives in our psyche. Carl Jung called this the mother complex, the psychological imprint of our mother that shapes our inner voice, our sense of worth, and our capacity for love. When we say, "Forgive your mother," in depth psychology, it means freeing ourselves from the distorted image of mother that controls us unconsciously. It is not about erasing history. It is about reclaiming the freedom to respond to life without being chained to old patterns. Forgiveness here is closer to release. It is the moment when you say, "I will no longer let the wound define my future. I acknowledge what I did not receive, but I will not let that absence hollow me forever." This is not an easy process. It requires honesty, grief, and courage. But it also opens the door to a life where you are not repeating your mother's story, but living your own. Part 2. Carl Jung and the Mother Complex. Carl Jung, the Swiss psychologist, observed that the mother is not only a person but also an archetype, a universal symbol that resides in the collective unconscious. The archetypal mother can appear in two forms, the nurturing mother and the devouring mother. The nurturing mother gives life, warmth, protection. The devouring mother, by contrast, suffocates, controls, or withholds, leaving the child trapped in fear and dependence. When a real mother embodies too much of the devouring aspect, the child develops a distorted inner mother. This is the mother complex, a voice that whispers, "You are never enough." A tendency to sabotage relationships, fearing abandonment or engulfment. An endless hunger for validation, because early nourishment was inconsistent. Jung believed that individuation, the process of becoming whole, requires confronting and transforming this inner mother. Only then can we differentiate between what belongs to us and what belongs to her. This process often brings us face to face with grief. To heal is to mourn the mother we never had, to accept that certain tenderness will never come from her, and to find a way to generate it from within ourselves. Part 3. Bert Hellinger and Invisible Loyalties. The German psychotherapist Bert Hellinger, known for family constellations therapy, added another layer to our understanding of the mother wound. Hellinger saw that children carry invisible loyalties to their families. If the mother suffered, the child may unconsciously replicate her suffering as an act of loyalty. If the mother was unloved, the child may unconsciously seek partners who also withhold love. Why? Because at a deep, unconscious level, the child thinks, "If I suffer like you, maybe you will feel less alone. If I repeat your pain, maybe I will belong." This hidden loyalty keeps many adults trapped. They live not their own lives, but the unfinished story of their mothers. Hellinger's work teaches that true love does not mean carrying another's fate. The most loving act a child can do is to bow to the mother's story and then choose differently. He often guided clients to say to their mothers, "Dear Mama, I see your pain. I honor it, but I will not carry it for you. I will live my life, and that is my gift to you." This shift from entanglement to differentiation is a profound act of liberation. Part 4. The hidden influence on love, career, and freedom. The mother wound is not confined to childhood. It follows us, quietly shaping the architecture of our adult lives. In love, those with a deep mother wound often struggle with intimacy. They may fear abandonment, clinging too tightly, or fear engulfment, keeping distance even when longing for closeness. Relationships become reenactments of the early dynamic with mother. Do you see me? Do you love me? Am I safe with you? In career, a mother wound may also influence ambition. Some overwork endlessly, chasing the approval they never received. Others sabotage themselves, hearing the inner critic. You'll never be good enough. Success feels dangerous because it threatens the hidden loyalty to the mother's struggles. In freedom, perhaps the most tragic effect is the erosion of inner freedom. When the inner mother is harsh or absent, the adult child often cannot rest in their own being. They carry an invisible emptiness, a sense of being fundamentally flawed. This is why healing is not just a private matter, it is an existential one. Until the wound is addressed, we remain half alive, repeating patterns instead of creating possibilities. Part 5. Healing the mother wound. Healing does not mean erasing the past. It means transforming our relationship with it. Here are some essential pathways. Grieving what was lost. Healing begins with grief. We must allow ourselves to feel the sorrow of what we did not receive. The consistent love, the safety, the unconditional acceptance. Grief is not weakness, it is the doorway to release.
Reparenting the self. We can learn to give ourselves what was missing. This is the practice of reparenting, cultivating an inner voice that is kind, patient, and nurturing. It may begin awkwardly, but over time, this new voice replaces the inner critic. Boundaries and differentiation. Healing also means setting boundaries. To love one's mother does not mean to obey her forever or to let her dictate one's choices. Differentiation allows us to honor her story while living our own. Individuation and wholeness. Jung saw individuation as the ultimate goal of human development. By confronting the mother complex, we integrate both the wound and the wisdom it brings. We no longer split ourselves into fragments but stand as whole beings. Community and witnessing. Healing is not done in isolation. Sharing one's story, being witnessed without judgment, and connecting with others who carry similar wounds can be profoundly restorative. Part 6. Ancient wisdom and modern psychology. Ancient traditions also recognized the significance of the mother principle. In Taoism, the Tao is often called the Great Mother, the origin of all things. Yet Taoist sages teach that true harmony comes not from clinging to the mother, but from aligning with the eternal flow of life. In Buddhism, practitioners cultivate compassion by reflecting on the kindness of mothers across lifetimes, even while acknowledging the imperfection of individual mothers. In Stoic philosophy, freedom arises when we stop demanding that reality or our mothers be different, and instead take responsibility for our inner life. Modern psychology echoes these insights. Healing the mother wound is not about changing her, but about transforming how we carry her within us. When ancient wisdom and psychology meet, they offer a simple but profound truth: the mother you have been seeking outside is the one you must awaken within. Conclusion: the mother within the mother wound is universal, though it takes different shapes in different lives. To confront it is to confront our deepest vulnerabilities, our longing to be held, to be seen, to be loved without condition. But healing is possible. Not by rewriting the past, but by reclaiming the present. Not by denying the pain, but by integrating it into a larger story of growth. Carl Jung, Bert Hellinger, and ancient traditions all point to the same direction. Liberation comes when we recognize that the ultimate mother is not the woman who birthed us, but the inner capacity for love and wholeness that we must cultivate ourselves. To heal the mother wound is to finally hear, within ourselves, the words we longed for: you are enough. You are worthy. You are home. And when we find this mother within, we no longer need to repeat the patterns of the past. We can step into a life that is truly our own, tender, free, and whole.